Good morning, children. Good morning. In last class we started lesson number 6, fundamental rights. So what is fundamental rights means? In fundamental rights means what is fundamental rights means? The fundamental rights in Indian Constitution act as a guarantee that all Indians citizens can and will live their lives in peace as long as they live in an Indian democracy. So we all are citizens of this country. So where we can lead a peaceful life in anywhere in our country. So it is a guarantee to all the Indian citizens. So for all the Indian citizens, it is a guarantee for all the Indian citizens. Means it is the fundamental right. So what is fundamental right means? The fundamental rights in Indian Constitution act as a guarantee that all Indian citizens can lead their peaceful life. So that means fundamental rights. ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಒಂದು rights main ಆಗಿರೋ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದು rights? We are the citizen of this country, so we can live anywhere in this country with peaceful life as long as they live in Indian democracy. They include individual right common to most liberal democracies such as equality before law. So all are equal. So in the law, according to law, all are equal. Equality is there, freedom of speech, expression, freedom of association and peaceful assembly, freedom of religion and the right to constitutional remedies for the protection of civil rights. So when they adopted the fundamental rights, they adopted fundamental rights on 26th November. So when they adopted this one, they adopted 26th November 1949. And they use this fundamental rights on when? ಇದನ್ನ 26th November ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ. So ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವಾಗ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? When they will use on the 26th January 1950. So it is the fundamental rights is also one of the backbone of our nation. So who is the father of our nation? Sorry children, who is the father of the constitutional Indian Constitution? Who is the father of Indian Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the father of what? This Indian Constitution. Who is the father of Indian Constitution? Yaru father of Indian Constitution is father yaru? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So again, how many fundamental rights are there, children? There are 6 fundamental rights. The fundamental rights of India are the natural rights of every citizen that can be described as below. So, which is the first one is right to equality. ಎಷ್ಟು fundamental rights ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು fundamental rights ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? There are main 6 fundamental rights. In that first one is what? Right to equality. Second one is right to freedom. Third one is right against exploitation. Right against remedies. Right to constitutional remedies. So these are the 6 fundamental rights. So first one is what? Which is the first one is right to equality, right to freedom. Third one is right against exploitation. Fourth one is right to freedom of religion. Fifth one is cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. In that we already learned. Right to equality means all are equal. Before the law, all the people, all Indian, all the citizens are equal. Right to equality means equality before law, ruling out any prejudice on the basis of race, religion, caste, creed, gender, or place of birth. This right also means an equality of opportunity. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ತರ all are equal opportunity equal, all are equal in opportunity. Employmental ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, abolition of untouchability and also abolition of titles. In this they all are equal. Right to freedom. Right to freedom includes a gamut of rights such as right to speech and expression, right to assemble peacefully or to form association, right to move freely throughout the territory of India, right to life and liberty, right to reside and settle in any part of India, and so on. Next is right to freedom of religion. Religion means dharma. Right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion is another important fundamental right. Freedom of religion ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು important fundamental rights ನಮಗೆ. That explains the essence of freedom of conscience and profession, freedom to run religious affairs. ಧರ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಧರ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಅವರ ಧರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನೇ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ all are equal. Affairs and freedom to give religious instructions in certain institutions. ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗಳಿದೆ ಧರ್ಮಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾವುದೇ ಧರ್ಮನ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ತರ ನೋಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರದಂತ ಒಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಧರ್ಮ ನಾವು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆ ಧರ್ಮ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಈ ಧರ್ಮ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. Right against exploitation. Right against exploitation talks about the banning of forced labor and prohibition of employment of children in previous jobs. Right against exploitation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ banning of labor ಮಕ್ಕಳುಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು ಅದನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್. Next is cultural and educational rights. This explains the preservation of language and culture of minorities and right of minorities to establish educational institutions. If one institution means you only have a language as separate, no? So for example, if Muslims means they will very easy in Urdu. So like that. Preservation of language ಮತ್ತೆ ಭಾಷೆಗಳ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಜುಕೇಶನಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಯಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ರೆಮಿಡೀಸ್. Right lays down the privileges in respect of the National Commissions on Minorities, the National Commissions on Women, the National Commissions on Scheduled Caste. Constitutional remedies ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಆನ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಮೈನಾರಿಟೀಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ features and characteristics of fundamental rights. So now we are going to learn the characteristics of the fundamental right. Fundamental rights are not absolute, they are subject to reasonable restrictions. So fundamental rights ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇದೆ. So we have a right, for that there is a certain restriction, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು restrictions ಇರುತ್ತೆ. They strike a balance between individual liberty and social civilians. Next one is fundamental rights can be amended but they cannot be abrogated. The abrogation of fundamental rights will violate the basic structure of the Constitution. Fundamental rights are both positive and negative. So these fundamental rights are what? They are both positive also, negative rights also. The negative rights prevent the state from doing certain things. Article 15 prevents the state from making discrimination. Some fundamental rights are available against the state. Some rights are available against individuals. The fundamental rights are justifiable. A citizen may approach the court of law when these fundamental rights are violated. Some fundamental rights may not be available to persons serving in the defense force. They cannot enjoy all the fundamental rights. Defense all fundamental rights. They cannot enjoy all the fundamental rights. The fundamental rights are social and political in character. No economic rights have been guaranteed to the citizens of India. Although without them, the other rights are of little or of no significance. So these are the features and characteristics of the fundamental rights. Next is time to recall. Right to equality means equality before law. Fundamental rights are both positive and negative. The fundamental rights are justifiable. Next, fundamental rights are not absolute. Some rights are available against individuals. So this finishes your lesson number 6, children. Now see the fill in the blanks. Open page number 44. So open page number 44 in the fill in the blanks. Page number 44. This one write in textbook on the children. Fill in the blanks. Second in your textbook. Constitution of India came into existence on dash. Constitution of India came into existence on 26 January. On when? 26 January 1950. Next is the fundamental rights are dashed in character, social and political in character. The fundamental rights are dashed in character. Social and political. culture of minorities. This is the fill in the blanks, children. So write down in your textbook only. Write. So what is first one? Constitution of India came into existence on dash 26 January 1950. Next, the fundamental rights are dash in character, social and political. Next, dash means equality before law. Right to equality. Next, right to freedom is automatically suspended during dash emergency. Next, dash explain preservation of language and culture of minorities, culture and educational right. Next thing is third one, yes or no. Page number 44 and 45. So see the yes or no. First one, right to work is one of the fundamental rights in the Constitution of India. No. Answer is no, children. Next, second one, right to equality means equality before law. Yes. Right against exploitation talks about the banning of forced labor. Yes. Next, fundamental rights are only positive. No. Next, fundamental rights constitute the backbone of the nation. Yes, it is the backbone of the nation. So this is yes or no. Third main. Third main. Yes or no. So write in textbook, children. Yes or no. Okay, this finish your lesson number 6, children. In next class we can